And good evening, race fans, and welcome to another fantastic production of racing brought to you by LSRTV. We here at LSRTV want to welcome you to Monza, the greatest, most horrifying road course on iRacing, if you ask me. Just my personal opinion. My name is John T. Mushton Jr. We're here tonight for the L-TAC series. Beside me, however temporarily it may be, is Brockton Packard. Brockton, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm excited. First time over in Monza in the booth, so I'm excited to see how these stock cars handle this twisty, curvy, and long straight road course over in our friend's town, Italy. So that should be fun, right?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I am not a fan of this track. I have done many league races on it. I will stay away from official races on this track because I cannot stand it. It's a history track, though. It's a very storied track in real life racing. It's been around for a long time. It's got a lot of history to it. And we're running the next gen cars here tonight, Brockton. So I don't know how much experience you have in the next gen car, but she's a handful. So these guys are probably going to put on a really good show tonight. They have turned off cautions, folks, unless it's something that blocks up the entire track for a long period. So this shouldn't be, how should I put this, Brockton, politely? This shouldn't be a wreck fest. I'm sure we're going to see some guys go off track, a little bumping and banging here and there, but it should be a pretty smooth race. Right now, we're qualifying, and on track right now, we got the 81 car, and my timing is not up. I don't know why. Sorry about that.
Yeah, these guys...
They might have got timing up, Mason?
Right now, it looks like everybody's still on a warm-up lap, so it probably won't quite tell you what you're looking for until they cross the start finish for the first time.
Mine's actually blank.
Well, I've got mine up at the moment.
Let me check the link that Mason just gave me. I apologize, folks. We're having some technical issues. It's been kind of hectic around here at LSRTV lately. We've had storms knocking out power, which is where Zach is tonight. We've had, equipment failures, all of this in the last half hour. So God help us for the rest of the race.
You got to get your mulligans out early. And speaking of mulligans out early.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Wow. Well, let's just restart that one, shall we, folks?
Yeah.
And that was the 48 car. Oh, wow. That was Matt Rucci. Matt's actually, from what I hear, a pretty good road course racer. This will be my first road course with these guys. I've covered everything from short tracks to big tracks and in between, and this will be my first road course with them, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. And thank you very much, Mr. Mason Heimbaugh down there in the trailer. On top of things as usual, he's got my timing back up for me. And the qualifying format tonight, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have to double check on this, is the typical qualifying format. They're going to take, 2 laps around, I believe, Mason? I'm still looking for my 3 laps. Oops. Well, that's okay, because, we know who race control is, and we're not going to mention his name, but he's probably going to need that 3rd lap. I'm kidding. Don't hate me. So while I work on bringing up some race notes, Brockton, why don't you talk to us a little bit about your background? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've actually worked with you before, have I?
We've worked together once, and it was a Daytona race with the next gens. As we see, the 48 continue to struggle. It was a while ago, so it was a couple months ago.
I'm not going to remember anything. That's just the way I am, man.
No, it was a couple weeks ago a couple months ago, excuse me, that we worked together. My personal background, I work with Team Hesenberg with the 27 Cup team.
I do remember you telling me that. Okay, yes.
And also Rayum Brothers Racing with the 33 truck, the 43 truck, and the now 38 Xfinity cars. The 18 goes off track.
Yeah, this is one of the. I'm telling you, this. I don't know how. I don't know if you've done any laps on this track or not, but it's a very difficult track because it's so huge. Like for me, an example, Watkins Glen. Even though Watkins Glen is a pretty good big track, once you do enough laps around it, you can get into a rhythm with it, and you can understand, where you need to brake at and stuff like that. But to me, this track is so big, I forget where the heck I'm going from one corner to the next. It's literally like driving in a street race somewhere where I've never been before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this race invites you to go deeper. As 16 hard into the wall. The track just, it goes, you can go just a little bit harder and a little bit later on the brakes, and then you go, half a car length later on the brakes and you're in the barriers, because it's such a technical course. So you've really got to be smooth with your transitions from braking to shifting to going back on the throttle and making sure your revs don't get too high. As we're watching the 8 car of Ryan Dingler, that nice little Mexico paint scheme. I like that paint scheme.
Yeah, some of these guys made a bit of an attempt to make it look, like a Formula livery, however you say it. And Nolan just pointed something out. He's got a really good point, and I should have probably brought this up too. The braking on these cars is vastly different from the old Gen 6 car. And as he put it, I'm gonna be nice here. He said that they are not optimal in these dark cars, so everybody's having a challenge getting these cars woed down, especially at the end of this long front stretch. That we're looking, well, not front stretch, but is that the front stretch, the back stretch? I don't know what do you call it?
We'll call that one the back stretch.
The back stretch, okay. And
this third section of the course is kind of like Martinsville. You go down a long straightaway, and then you turn right back around and go down another long straightaway. So this will be the fastest we see these guys coming through the front stretch. As if some of our European fans know, that dreaded first chicane at Monza is no longer, for at least this NASCAR portion, as we see the 49 struggling getting the power down. That first chicane won't be an issue because it's just not there. So it'll be interesting to see how gutsy some people get.
Which may or may not be a good thing. That remains to be seen for these guys.
Yeah.
Well, so far qualifying is not going well for some of these guys. Thank goodness that the warm-up lap is so long. So if you make a mistake anywhere in that warm-up lap, just hit the reset button. However, they do have a time limit. They've got to get these laps done in a certain amount of time, or it won't count for them. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But right now, we've got 12 cars, it looks like, so far that have been able to put down a good lap. And well, there's no surprise at who we see up there. We got Berger, Dingler, you got Gaccioni, which is actually a new name to me, sort of. I think he's been with them for a little while, but he's just not one that we see up front normally. So maybe we're looking, Brockton, at a road course ringer, perhaps. Maybe it's the L-TAC version of Allmendinger. What do you think?
Possibly. I mean, he does have the AJ Allmendinger paint scheme on that number 16 car.
That's what I'm thinking.
He seems a lot smoother than everybody else. He's got about a 0.2 of a second gap, and in a road course lap that's what, 3 miles ish, that could add up to 0.2 every lap. That could be big.
And I mean, that's at the final timing. He might be really faster than other guys getting through certain turns, you know what I mean? Because this is a road course. So you could actually be faster on one part of the track and much, much slower on the other part of the track. But Gaccioni, look at this. Hamilton just popped up there with an 8.5 compared to Gaccioni's 98. But hey, at least we got an Italian-sounding last name in the field today.
Yeah.
To go with Muzzati down there in the 49 car.
Representing a little bit.
Yeah, that's fun.
Possibly.
Thinking, Too bad we don't have a guy named Ferrari up in the field. That'd be pretty cool. I joke you not, I was actually in the military when I was in the Army with a guy named Ferrari, spelled exactly like the car. He claims he had no relation to that side of the family, which I would have to believe since he was in the Army. But anyway, and here we're watching Dingler do another lap here. That's a really good looking car. Looks pretty good getting down into this turn right here through this kind of like it's almost like a set of S's right here, real sharp S's, if you will. Right there is where I've seen a lot of guys have an issue, Brockton, coming off there down this back stretch. That back end really steps out on them right there. Yeah,
these cars really, for some reason, they just don't like the curbs, whether it be the independent rear suspension or just the bigger tires. You step out on the curb a little bit and that car's gonna want to come around on you, and we saw Dingler really step it out there, but he could handle it, so that could be a good thing throughout the race here as we're watching the 48 get a lap in.
Yeah, put another lap down here. Now, right now, the top 10 is Hamilton, Gaccioni, Berger, Dingler, Joseph, Brogdon, Uphold, Stone, Muzzati, and Peterson rounding out your top 10. With the pole at the moment, a 1 minute 42.85 seconds, and 10th place is holding down a 1:44.82. That's a pretty big gap there, Brogdon. That's 2 seconds, man.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we might see throughout the field, is just the gaps will get bigger and bigger some of these guys aren't really road course professionals, you know. They're not as comfortable with the car and how it feels. Maybe some guys didn't get to put as much practice as they'd like. So you're going to see a bit of a wider range of drivers who are going to have to adapt throughout the race and those who have already adapted throughout practice.
Yeah, now some of these guys I've heard were doing a lot of practice during the week at this track. So that's it. That's it for qualifying right there. And if you give us a couple minutes, folks, we'll get you a lineup on here. We're going to go ahead and
there are moments that's
sorry, my microphone unplugged itself right there. I heard it go out, so I was like, oh shoot, what was that? Was I on the air? Okay.
Mics are still hot.
creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With sound art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about sound art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
Welcome back to the LSRTV broadcast of the L-TAC Racing Series. We're back live at Monza as we're watching the 48 during warm-ups here. Matt Rucci trying to get that extra little bit of practice before the race. Couple minutes left, but before we begin, the Italian national anthem. And before the national anthem, our random draw will be Sean Deal in the 44, 10th place.
And welcome back, race fans. We are at the Monza is the new Roval 125 for the L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Cup Series here in Monza. Let's say this the right way if I can here, Brockton, bear with me. It's the Autodromo Nazionale Monza GP. Yeah, that's the official Italian name of it. This is going to be a fun one, guys. 36 laps, Brockton, with some guys who may or may not be good road course racers. We're going to find out here in a minute. And here's your lineup, folks. Inside, inside row one. Logan Hamilton on that pole position had a great lap. To his outside, Austin Gaccioni. Inside row two, Jeremy Berger. Outside row two, Ryan Dingler in fourth position in that 8 car. Inside row three, Joseph. Here's a guy we've talked about a lot, man. A lot of wins, a lot of poles here at the L-TAC Series. To his outside, Jeff Brogdon. Inside row four, Barrick Uphold. Outside of him, Colin Stone. Inside row 5 and 9th is Anthony Muzzatti in the 49. To his outside there, Brockton, we got Grant Peterson in that 52 car.
Yeah. In row 6, it's going to be Hunter Thauer and Tyler Gernot. Row 7 is going to be Mario Lepenti and Matt Rucci. Kyle Green and Nate Brooker are running out. Row 8, and row 9 is going to be Frank Flores and Robert Pentigay.
Row 10 is going to be Connor LaFrance, and to his outside, Stefan Purcell. And bringing up tail end Charlie on the field tonight to be Sean Dill in that 21 car, and the 22 car is Justin Wilson to his outside. And we have the lucky draw tonight, folks. The guy in 10th place, Sean. Lost his name already, John. Good job. Sorry, yes, my bad. Yeah, Sean Deal was the winner of our lucky draw. What that means is if he wins the race tonight, he gets 3 extra championship points towards the championship, which is a big deal. That's 3 points, man. That's, a couple stage wins here and there, something like that. So give him a little bit of edge up. And as we pull off for our warm-up lap, Brockton, what are your thoughts on this race tonight, buddy?
You got to be smooth, calm, and collective. It's going to be a long race for these guys, lots of twists and turns, and you got to make it to the end. If you want a shot at anything, you got to have the car to finish, and you're going to need tires too.
Well said, well said. And another thing to keep in mind, they have a fast repair. Now, the question is, how bad do you want to let your car get to use it? You don't have to worry too much about aerodynamics here, except for these long straightaways. There's 2 of them. But you do want to make sure the car's got power, so that's something to keep your eye on. We've noticed that this car is notorious for, just the slightest amount of nose damage, Brockton. This next-gen car loses power, so they got to be real careful with that.
Absolutely. This nose area is so sensitive. Really, if you have nose damage, I'd watch your RPMs, watch your temps. Anything else, you put the pedal to the metal and you don't worry about it. Well
said. Well said. Hammer down, man. Hammer down. That's what I like to say. I know another thing I love about this car as we ride inside with Joseph here is the inside mirror, the rear view mirror, if you will. It's not really a mirror, it's a video camera that allows them to see what's going on back there behind them. As these guys right now are ducking down pit road, folks, what they're doing right now is giving them a chance to get a feel for where their pit box is and for pit road speed. So they do this every race. It kind of caught me off guard the first couple times they did it, but it's actually a pretty good idea when you stop to think about it.
Yeah, it's a real good idea, especially in a race like this where you don't get to see your pit box before the first pit stop because you're starting on the backstretch. I think it's a great idea. It gives these guys a chance to make sure they got their tack set right and kind of know where they're supposed to be. Gives them a good feel on the pit exit, where they have to be. Make sure you don't cross the white line before the blue cone and re-rack them back up, and we'll be good to go here.
That first chicane kills me. I'm not even gonna lie. That's literally the worst part of the track for me. It's so bad because it's literally the first part of the track. I'm not a fan of this track as far as my personal driving experience goes. Well, folks, as we get ready to wind this thing up and turn it loose, just a quick reminder, if you like what you're watching week in, week out with these guys here in the L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Series, they're recruiting for the truck series. The, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. The Truck Series is a Wednesday night Truck Series. Sessions are at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern on a weekly basis. They run a 25-week schedule that runs alongside the Cup Series. If you perform well enough in these trucks, and you could wind up getting invited to race in the Friday Night Cup Series. Sign up for the truck race. You want to go to the L-TAC Racing League Truck Series page on iRacing or talk to Nolan J. Rimple. I apologize, folks. I was eating dinner before this thing started, and a piece of my dinner is still stuck in my throat, it feels like. So I apologize for all the coughing in the microphone. I expect
right.
Mason Heimbaugh to march his way over here any minute now and slap me in the back of my head. So, you know, you touched on this, you know, a few minutes ago there, Brockton, to finish this race anywhere in the top 10, you got to keep the car in one piece, as relatively in one piece as you can. And these guys, they have no qualms about beating and banging on each other. We've seen that at Nashville last time we were here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one thing I want to point out as we're coming through this long straightaway portion is look how tight it's going to be, even to go too wide down here.
Mm-hmm.
These cars are wide. They're thick, they're big and boxy, and they're bulky. So going through this section, especially too wide, that could spell trouble. So you want to make sure you pick your poison and pick your places to overtake people.
Overtaking is probably, if I had to shoot a wild guess out there, we'll see a lot of the passing done on the stretches right here, on the front stretches. There may be some guys out there with cojones big enough to try it going into a turn, but as you just pointed out, they better make sure they got all their stuff in one sock, because these turns are not wide at all.
Yeah, this is a European circuit built for little European cars and long F1 cars, so these big old short stubby boxy thick cup cars are a little out of place overseas, but we're gonna rack these up real tight and we'll send them to the green here.
I wonder if the winner gets free pizza for life. I want a pizza right now. Well, here we go, folks. That little Porsche pace car is about to duck off on the pit road right here, and we're going to get these things wound up, and Hamilton and Gaccione are going to send this thing flying down the front stretch. Here we go. Green flags out. We've already got a spin and a crash. Wow. That didn't take any, and the caution does come out because that's going to wipe out a good portion of the field right there. My goodness. I don't know if we got a replay on that because it happened immediately, but we're going to see what we can come up with for you. Heavily damaged vehicles here. Wow, I don't even know what happened right there. It looks like somebody might have spun the rim, spun the tires, or...
Yeah, if I would have to guess, I'd focus on that 2 car right there.
Yep, looks like he just spun the tires.
Wall. Probably started in first gear and clutch dumped it or something, because he just spun it right around.
Yeah, that's just, I've never seen that. I mean, he was right there on the outside of the second row there, or inside. Excuse me.
As they're going there, and right there it gets loose. He tries to correct it. He thinks he has it corrected. He hits the gas again, and it's just not quite stable. And, big hit into the wall. The 11 gets a piece of it. 25, 81, nowhere to go.
Oh, wow.
Effect.
Huge hits, too. Huge hits. Sorry about the phone call there.
83 into the inside wall there.
I guarantee you, we're going to see some guys on pit road getting the fast repair done now, which is sad.
That's
that
something you don't want.
Yeah, right even before the race started. And we're going to ride along here with Granat in the 81 car. This ought to be a great shot right here. And he had nowhere to go, Brockton. That's just unfortunate for all these guys that got involved. You said this is a very narrow track, and it's right at the start of the race. Where are you going to go? Yeah,
and you're not going to expect it. And it's just a magic trick of, look, a car's appeared in front of me.
And it's levitating.
Yeah.
Like, what do I do?
He did a good job keeping it straight there. Oh, he's trying to... There it goes. Yeah. Just snaps around on him. This independent rear suspension really makes the car unstable, and once it gets unstable, it's real hard to get it back under you. And 23 gets a part of it. That's real unfortunate for some of these guys already having to take fast repairs. That's on lap 1. That's never what you want.
No, it's really not, and it's unfortunate, but it is part of road racing, especially. I was going to say, when that happened, I have actually seen real life Formula races start off just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Some poor soul up in front of the crowd there doesn't actually go. His car just stalls out for whatever reason. You got, 30 some odd cars behind him coming full steam. It gets ugly. Now they're under full speed right now. I'm not real sure what's going on, if they're trying to catch up to the pace car or what. But we are under caution because I see the caution flag out.
Yeah, so cautions are a little interesting on iRacing when it comes to road courses. Since the caution flag probably came out when the leader was past the pit entrance, the pace car is long gone, so they're going to have to catch up. They're going to have to essentially run 2 or 3 laps full speed, especially these guys that are in pit road right now. They're going to have to dig to get back up here.
Well, at least it's on a road course. It's a very long caution flag period. The guys with minor damage can stay in the pits and get it fixed, get out, get a feel for the car, see it, make sure that they're up to full RPMs, and if not, then go back in and use the fast repair. But the guys that are missing the entire front clip, yeah, they're gonna take that fast repair now.
Yeah, that was a cool shot.
Yeah, that one over the
old oval. That was cool.
There's some really great camera shots here at this track. So while we're under caution, let's talk about something real quick here, Mason. Hey, did you know that Tucson Sound Art sponsors the Cup Series here at L-TAC?
Really?
Yeah, check this out, man. Tucson Sound Art introduces an entirely new and enjoyable way to listen to music in your house. Uploading and making your own images and pictures in the sound art is as easy as 1, 2, and 3. Everyone who looks at the picture will wonder where the great sound is coming from. A single charge will last days and gives you the ability to go truly wireless with no power cables. Sound art looks good in any room in the house, from the front room to the back room. The speakers are powered by batteries and receive audio via a Bluetooth connection, meaning nobody will even know that the art they're looking at is actually producing the sound they're hearing. Tucson Sound Art specializes in creating custom artwork from your personal artwork and photos, or you could choose images from their expansive collection of high-quality photos. It's the perfect gift for friends, family, business associates, and producers hiding down in the production trailer. To learn more, visit www.tucsonsoundart.com. That's www.tucsonsoundart.com.
I might have to look into that. That sounds pretty cool. Get it? That sounds pretty cool. I'll be here for
I saw
maybe
what you did
10
there.
more minutes.
I heard what you did there.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. What an unfortunate start to this race. It really was, man. And my heart goes out to the 2 car. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to be that guy.
That's a tough way to start.
Yeah. And he qualified well, too. Outside of Road 2, there's a great starting spot.
Yeah. I think he'll be all right, though. Like I said on the top of the show, you got to get your mulligans out early, get your nerves calmed down, get back in the zone, and just drive. You don't got to do nothing special, just drive.
Yep.
He'll be all right.
We're on board with Logan Hamilton. His is his 3rd year in L-TAC, as you see on the overlay right there, folks. Hometown of Indian Trail, North Carolina. He's got 2 wins here. He won at the Charlotte Roval this year and at the Daytona Road Course. So he is what we would usually call a road course ringer there, Brockton.
Yeah, I think he'd be on the top of my ones to watch list, along with the leader. And that 8 car looks pretty strong, too. He got up to that good track position by avoiding some unfortunate events next to him, but I think that top 3 is a pretty good top 3 to have if we did drafts or anything like that. I'd pick those 3.
And don't count on Joseph. This guy has really impressed me this season. I didn't even know who he was before I came to L-TAC, but watched him on various types of surfaces, courses so far. I haven't seen him on the road course yet, but I've watched him on short tracks, intermediates, and super speedways, and he always seems to be there at the end, unless, of course, he gets caught up in somebody else's nastiness. But hey, look at that. There's the sign. Autodromo Nazionale Monza. Did I say that right? It sound good? I sound Italian when I say that?
Hey, man, I took French in high school, so I'm not sure, but it sounded right.
I can order beer in 5 different languages. I just can't really converse in anything but English.
Oh, boy.
And, working in the oil field, I was in the military for a while, and then I was in the oil field for 18 years, and I picked up some Russian cuss words.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I can speak Russian enough to insult everybody on the microphone.
Oh, John, do you see that? That was interesting. A couple guys coming to one to go.
Road, yeah.
We had 2 or 3 of them ducked down, so maybe they're tight on fuel because they look fairly clean. So maybe they're put in an extra splash of gas in there and ride around.
Well, let's keep our eyes on the. Let's see who this is here. I
like
can't see a Colby. He blew his pit stop.
49, I think it is. Yeah, the 49 of. It looks like it's fuel only. Nobody was jacked up on that one.
Yeah. So maybe they're looking at trying to make this thing go on one stop. I'm not sure how far we can go on a tank of gas here at Monza, to be completely honest with you.
You know, I'm not exactly sure either. I think these guys have enough practice under their belts that they've got a pretty solid number. And you know, it's always better to go longer because then you have fresher tires at the end of the race. So that could be a difference. We'll definitely have to keep an eye out for those guys. It'll be interesting to see what kind of strategies play out throughout the race, but I think that could be a very strong one.
There was a time when this track was fun for me. I'm gonna tell you when that was. It was ARCA cars, and they had some sort of a glitch. I don't remember what. I think it was on the stretch we just came off of, but you could hit the side of that thing and fly. I mean, just fly like hundreds of feet down the track, and that's all we did. We didn't even race. We just, you know, got on track, drove our butts off to that little spot. It would hit that little hump on the side of the track and just take some air, fly through the trees, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not a road course racer myself, but I definitely got this track. I got the old McLaren F1 car, and my buddies and I ran up to that little kink there, and we just fly all the way down to the next corner. It's interesting what kind of physics you can break when you hit something hard enough.
Oh, you know, speaking of that, in the old NASCAR Racing 2003 by Papyrus, you could go to Sonoma and jump your car over. It's like after you go up the hill past the start finish line, you take that first right-hand turn, and then you go down the hill, and there's a little quick turn to the left.
Yeah.
And then a really sharp turn to the right. Well, if you kept going straight before that right, you'd hit that hump and fly your car over the track. And if you were going fast enough and you were aimed good enough, over the stands and out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I got a great video of me doing that a couple of times, man. Well, here we go, folks. They've racked them, they've stacked them. We're 2 by 2 coming down the stretch here. Brockton, we're gonna send this thing to green here. We're already got 4 laps down, but they've all been under caution. So
yeah, let's hope that everybody kind of knows to roll into the throttle this time and be a little patient with everything.
Be in the right gear this time.
Yeah.
That looked to me a lot like when we saw his RPMs, it looked to me like he started in first gear. I mean, which is, it can be beneficial in some places like Martinsville, but not here at Monza.
Yeah, the gearing is a little too low for that. Especially with how much power this road course setup has. The 750, or it's a 750 or the 650, but still a lot more power than we usually have as that Porsche pace car ducks down to pit road. John, take him to green.
Here we go. Green flag is out. We're back underway. This time it looks like, knock on wood, we've got a good smooth start right here as these guys charge down that long front straightaway, building up some serious speed here. Brockton coming down this first sharp right-hand turn.
Yeah, and they're side by side for the lead. This is what I was talking about. It's a narrow track. The 8 getting pushed a little bit wide by the Austin.
Yeah, that was Dingler. He was making the issue there early, it looked like, and now he's got a challenge for second place now. That 12 car looking down, that's Hamilton, Logan Hamilton. Now we know he's good at road courses. He's got 2 wins here in L-TAC on road courses, the Charlotte Roval and Daytona Roval. So look, oh, we got a car off track, and it's a 2 car once again. My goodness, you know, if I'm Berger right now, I'm thinking about just parking it. I'm just going to take the hit.
See, that's where we differ. I've always got the you don't quit until the tires fall off mentality, so just keep driving it. You never know what'll happen. If you're so far behind, people will wreck in front of you. It'll be all right.
Well, Mr. Positive, I like that. In the meantime, we're still watching these guys, just kind of get the feel. This is very early under race conditions for these guys. They're still trying to feel this car out, Brockton, which really surprised me at how aggressive Dingler was on that restart.
Yeah, I feel like he knows that once we get spread out a little bit, that 16 might stretch his legs just a little more than the rest of them, as the 12 of Hamilton looking to the inside of Dingler. Not quite going to get the nose in.
Hamilton wants that spot. He wants. Oh, look at Dingler's loose. There's contact between he and Hamilton. Hamilton goes around. Oh my goodness! No caution out just yet because the track is not blocked.
He's
Hamilton's
going
going to be real easy getting through here, and it looks like Dingler's going to take it to pit road. Hamilton's going to go ahead and straighten her up and keep on going, but Dingler's going to take his car to pit road.
Joseph was around there.
Oh wow! Action everywhere.
That might have been a chain reaction.
Yeah, he might have saw
him going around, and he might have swerved to miss that.
Yeah, he might have saw Hamilton there. He got a little nervous and just missed his mark right there. But you know who benefited from all that? Gaccione, man. He's got a 4-second lead now over Colin Stone. All he has to do is cruise until it's time to pit and take some tires and fuel.
Yeah, and we're right now watching the battle of the neighbors, the 11 car of Jeff Brogdon and the 57 of Stefan Purcell, the American car and the Canadian car battling it out on the track.
Oh, Canadians, eh? You gotta love them. They gave us maple syrup and hockey, eh? Take off, you hoser. I guess you're too young to remember the McKinsey brothers.
Yeah, no. I think I'm a little too young for that.
God, they were good. It was what's his face? The Rick Moranis, and I can't remember the name of the other actor, but they played a couple of brothers from Canada. Oh, it was a great skit, man, back in the day. They even made a movie called Strange Brew, I think it was, with some pretty well-known actors, man. It was pretty good stuff. But anyway, back to racing. That car right there, the 92 car. I love this guy. He said, you know what? We're going to Italy. I don't care. I'm painting my car with a Texas flag.
It's basically its own country at this point.
Yeah. Look at it go, man. He's putting some pressure on that 48 car, though.
Yeah, this is a good little battle here between the 48 and the 92 for third. 92 is sending it all the way on the inside.
That's
He's going to slide up.
Oh!
48's off the track.
Oh, my goodness.
Keep your foot in it.
They've always said that 8 tires are better than 4, but right now that 48 car is probably not going to be real happy. That's Matt Rucci in that 48 car. And Uphold gets off track right there. So what that's gonna do is slow him down enough for Rucci to get back to him, and we'll see what Rucci's got to say about all this. Oh,
we might see some short track racing in Monza, folks.
He just about blew that one too, and here we go. Rucci's up to his back door. Rucci's on the. He smokes the brakes right there, just a little bit. Smokes the tires, excuse me, and that's gonna let. Here's Rucci on the inside now. You think he's gonna let him go?
Oh boy, I don't know. If I was, if I was like he's gonna... too, I think I'd let that battle be for a little bit.
Yeah, I would let that be for a little while. Whew, that was exciting. That was exciting there. Yeah. Those guys are beating the hell out of each other going to those turns there.
And these guys are really going after it from third on back here as we're taking a look at the 52 of Grant Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson's up there. We got the Lowe's car of Hunter Thrower there, the 83. Hunter Thrower's making his presence known with this little group. So these guys have kind of settled down now just a little bit. That would be my recommendation, my advice. I mean, guys, we've got, what, 30 laps left of this thing? I'm not sure what lap we're on right now.
Yeah, we've got probably just about 30 laps to go, maybe a little less, as we're on board here with Grant, the 52.
From Altoona, Iowa.
On board with his helmet cam.
Look at that.
Sawing the wheel back and forth. That car is not happy. He's trying to build as much temps in those tires as possible. As we're going to see him slam it down for third, second, first.
He's all the way into first. Man. It's got a lot of grab on those wheels when you're in first like that.
Yeah, you got to be real careful with it, but it gives you a pretty good drive off.
Yeah.
Because right now that gap in between has kind of settled out. Now here's a battle. The 11 making moves on the 81. 81 was involved in that first lap wreck. He's
smoking those tires. Wow.
Amazing.
That was Tyler Granat in that 81. It was really slow right there. Like he's trying to find a gear or something maybe. I don't know, but he's going to go up a spot right there. That's going to be LaPinta, I believe, in the 13 passing him up.
in the lower tiers, we call that a clinch moment. You gotta take a step back, maybe lose a position. You gotta calm yourself down.
Oh, we got a car around. Is that the 52? Yep, that's Peterson, the 52. He spun around.
Oh, man.
Not real sure what happened there. We caught the very tail end of that. Don't know if there was contact or not.
You know,
or if he just busted it loose on his own.
If I had to bet, I would say he got on that curb.
Yep, he looks like you got it. He's gonna zip. We see him zipping through right here. Yeah.
The inside curve this time gets him.
This car does not like curves.
No.
At all. You know, back in the day, you could throw that car across the curves. It would even help the thing turn a little bit. Right there, you saw it, folks. It turns it too much now with this new next-gen car. And a lot of that is to do with the suspension and the way the under part of the car is actually built with that diffuser down there. The fact that there's absolutely no side force, really, because the way this car is built. It's just, you know, it's been said so many times, I'm going to say it again, this car really puts the driving back into the driver's hands. It's not just, you know, slam the pedal and go. Now, they've really got to know how to drive basically a loose race car. Loose in, loose off, loose everywhere kind of thing there. Look at that, man. Wiggling all the way off that turn.
Yeah,
Who
absolutely.
is that, the 12 car? Is that Hamilton making his way back up to there?
Hamilton coming back up through the field. He's all the way back up to 8th. After that tangle with the number 8 of Ryan Dingler.
Well, right now, Hamilton is running the fastest laps on track.
Down according to my timing and scoring.
Who?
Dingler. Ryan Dingler is, according to my timing and scoring, 3 laps down, sitting in 21st.
I don't think he ever came off pit road. I think he just parked it.
Yeah. That's unfortunate for him. He had a pretty good race going.
Yeah, that is a very unfortunate thing, especially early in the race like this. But can we get confirmation on that, Mason? Do you see him on track anywhere? Yeah, he has gone ahead and parked it, folks. That's unfortunate, but I don't blame him. I'm not a road course racer, Rocket. If I've got even if I don't have enough points in the championship, sometimes I'll just not show up for road courses because I'm that bad. And mainly, it's not because I don't personally want to race it. It's just that I know I'm bad enough that if I caused somebody else an issue, I would hate myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just me trying, you know, A, to keep my stress levels down, but B, to make sure that I don't have, you know, 32 enemies come next week.
Yeah, a road course is a great way to prove yourself, but it's also a great way to get yourself in a lot of trouble. As we're watching the 20 of Joseph try and scrap his way back up through the field.
Yeah, right now he was riding in 16th right there behind Flores, the 23 car. And we saw him early in the race get turned around, or turn himself around. Oh, we see some more off track. Oh, look out. Oh my goodness, that was right in front of him too. And Flores is going to bounce off the arm. Go, look, Joseph going to ride over the turtles or whatever those things are called. Those things are huge, man.
Yeah,
that's not a curb, that's a freaking wall.
Yeah, those things are roller coaster rides when you hit them, especially with how low these cars are.
Oh my goodness, look at that guy. That was a 3 car? Was that Brooker missing an entire front end?
I'm not sure who that was. Right in front of the...
Yeah, he's right there.
23 it's Robert I can't say his last name. Nightingale, thank you.
Yeah, there he is, right? Yeah, it's the 33. Wow. I wonder if he's aware that somebody stole the front end of his car.
Hey man, it's just keeping the temps cool. The brake temps nice and cool.
And keep those front tires cool too.
Was that somebody off too?
Yeah, Apex tells me, Apex lights up every time somebody goes off track, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think a lap has gone by now where 2 or 3 people didn't go off track somewhere.
It's like a fireworks display on the computer screen.
It's like, oh, there's orange again. Oh, there's another orange. Orange being the color of somebody being off track, by the way. Oh, we got a battle shaping up for 4th place right here between Upholds and Hunter Thrower. Upholds had his share of issues tonight there, Brockton. We've seen him spin and get spun.
Yeah, the old United State of Texas there, just throwing it around the track, trying to get everything he can.
You are just trying to stir up a pot of mess, ain't you, boy?
Oh, it's all right.
We have had so many interesting conversations in some of my military groups, pages that I'm a member of, about, I don't know if you recall, just a few years ago that there was all these rumors flying about that Texas was going to secede from America and all this stuff. And every time somebody makes a joke like that, I just gotta laugh.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah,
Although it's a big state, they could be their own freaking country. I'm just saying.
My folks are in Texas at the moment, and we were stationed there for 2 or 3 years. So
Where at?
Goodfellow.
Okay, that's an Air Force base, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was Army. I spent some time briefly at Fort Hood. When I say briefly, I think it was 48 hours. We went there to pick up some equipment. And,
The longest you need to stay there.
I'm telling you, this is before all the craziness that we've seen in the headlines the last couple of years. I mean, you know, I was in the 80s, so that's to just show my age a little bit there. But that battle for fourth kind of resolved itself pretty quickly there, as we see that Uphold now has about a second lead over Hunter, Thor, Brockton, and Hamilton back there. Hamilton is still scratching his way back up there, Brockton, after his early problems that we had. And it's, you know, I'm watching now, and these guys look to me at lap 11 that they're really getting a hang of this track now. We see not quite so many mistakes as we saw earlier today.
Yeah, I think these tires are starting to wear off a little bit. They're starting to build some air pressure, so they're getting more stable. The brakes are heating up. Everything is going to feel a little bit better to these drivers. But one driver who hasn't really had to worry about feeling comfortable is Austin Gacone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's almost 10 seconds out in front of Matt Rucci. I mean, I feel bad for the leaders of road course races, as we're seeing another battle here, the 2 and the 81, I believe that is.
Is that Berger trying to make up for his lost time? He's all the way back up to 8th. Now, here's a guy that we've seen, I mean, talk about a rough race. And to start on the initial start of the race, spins his tires, takes out 4 or 5 cars, winds up going off track a couple times, and he's clawed his way back up inside the top 10, albeit 25 seconds behind the leader. But hey, that's okay. As we ride along now with the 81 car of Tyler Granat, that Ford Mustang, not too far behind Berger there. Within striking distance if Berger makes any mistakes, right?
Absolutely. You just got to keep going, and I mean, that's huge props to the 2.
Ooh.
Oh man, we counted him out of a top 10 on the second green flag lap when he spun it around, and he's already back in the top 10. Right now he's got to worry about strategy, trying to maybe undercut a little bit, get in the pit road before everybody else, gets that extra fresh tire to maybe get a couple more positions. But right now he's running pretty good laps. Berger's last lap was a 46.5, so that's a minute and 46 seconds, and that was 2 seconds faster than Jeff Brockton in the 11 in front of him. So he's clicking off really good lap times, John.
Really good lap times. And if you keep, but you know, another thing to keep in mind, you brought this up a minute ago, and I wanted to touch on this. Fuel. Now, we saw some guys, remember, very early on at that first big melee on the start, right before they went back to green after 4 or 5 laps of caution, duck in and top off. I'm wondering how they're faring. I mean, do you think we can go all the way with those guys?
You know, I don't think they can go all the way. I think, kind of just looking back at the names that did duck off into pit road, some of them are looking like they are still mired back in the low teens, so maybe it was a last-ditch attempt to say, maybe if I go longer, I'll be able to kind of get that gap so I can get something out of the finish. But right now, it doesn't seem like it's affecting the outcome too much.
Well, I just spoke with Race Control, and they're looking at possibly 13 laps per take. So you got to figure that most of these guys will actually be coming in here pretty soon to, get themselves filled up. Because if that is the case, then we're looking at definitely. Oh, look at this right here, dodging down into the inside right there. Wow. That was a brave maneuver. That was a real brave maneuver. And as we say it, we got one car on pit road now. That's going to be Jeremy Berger in that 2 car. He's coming on pit road. He's going to take 4 in fuel, I'm sure, this time.
Yeah, he's the only one there, so he's going to try to undercut everybody, come in early, get those fresh tires, and get some monster out laps. He might be also going for a bit more pit stops, maybe a 3 or 4 stopper. Many different types of strategies playing out here, as we got a nice little train here, about 3 or 4 cars.
Every once in a while you see somebody smoke those tires, man. I gotta wonder how that's killing the life of those tires, you know?
Yeah, if anything, it's gonna make them way hotter than they need to be. They're gonna be slick, their braking distances are gonna have to get stretched out dramatically. As we're watching Berger here coming out of pit road, he's gonna have to be careful. These are cold tires, and not to bring up any bad memories, but last time we were on cold tires, we had a bit of a miscue. So he's got to be kind of tiptoe here for a little bit as taking a ride on those turtles there.
Yeah, those things are just huge, man. But you're right. He's got to be real careful, kind of tiptoe for the first lap or so. He comes out in 18th spot, and he's off track. Oh, look at that. He's dangerously off track right there. Oh, man. And the thing about iRacing now is these tires will, the debris sticks to the tires. They modeled that a few builds ago, actually. So when you go off track, you get dirty tires. You've got to be real careful coming back on as he finally makes that pass right there. Gets around Stephen Purcell in that 57 car. Meantime, we've got some more guys on pit road. Colin Stone, Logan Hamilton's on pit road now. Sean Deal, Joseph's making their stop now. So you called it. You know, that was... So, you know, lap 13, like Nolan said, 13, 14, we'll see these guys start ducking in, getting fuel. Now, they're still going to have to make one more stop after this because that's going to put them going about lap 26. We got a 36-lap race, so there's definitely going to have to be another stop somewhere for these guys. For these guys here, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. As we're seeing a pretty good battle. We're getting a pretty good battle here between the 11 and the 92. 92 is slowly starting to feel that tire degradation coming in from a couple of his lockups and a couple kind of bonsai moves. As we're seeing Jeff Broden here slowly inching his way up to the back of the 92 of Braddock Upholden.
Yeah, but now what Broden's got to realize is his tires are gold too, so he's got to, you know, when he makes this pass, he's got to do it in a spot where he can guarantee he's not going to take them both out. You know what I mean? Like somewhere right here. And the leader's on pit road. That's Gaccione in that 16 car coming down pit road now here on lap, what lap are we on?
It looks like lap 14.
Yeah. Lap 14, he's down there. Gonna duck in here, get 4 tires and fuel and bring it back. He had a heck of a lead. Rucci just passed him. So, and there goes Hunter Thrower and Brogdon. So he's gonna lose a few spots, but these are also the guys that have not pitted yet. So. And
Austin is down and away, 4 tires fuel, 14.8 seconds.
That's a great pit stop. That is a great pit stop right there.
He's going to come out in 5th. He only lost 4 spots.
And again, that's the guys who have not pitted yet. So he'll be okay, I do believe.
He's just got to keep the nose clean and let everybody cycle through because that's really not going to do much for him. Also in the pit is Braddock Upholden and Tyler Garrett in that 81 car.
I'm sorry, did you say Tyler Durden?
Tyler Gernot.
Oh, Granat.
Granat.
Yeah, because Tyler Durden shouldn't be here.
No.
You know who Tyler Durden was?
No, sir.
Oh my God, you haven't seen Fight Club. These kids these days, Mason. These kids. My heart breaks. My heart breaks.
John, well, I don't know about Fight Club, but I do know about this. It's
yes, sir. There's a Fight Club right here.
It's scrapping for everything you can. If I'm these 2 cars in front, I'm throwing my hands up. I'm giving the 16 as much room as he possibly wants. I don't want to touch him. I don't want to be the guy to wreck him.
You're right there. You never want to be that guy either. I mean, there's just, you know, so much you can do and get away with it as we see the overtake right here.
Look at those fresh tires.
Yeah, he's just going to blow by the 52 car right there. That's going to put Gaccione up to 5th place. He's going to look to make the pass for the lead here pretty soon. Guys, Rucci, Thrower, and Brogdon are all on pit road now for their scheduled pit stops. And we're going to get those guys in and out pretty quickly, I'm sure. And here comes, he's going in super hot. Wow. We're going to have to wait and see if he got it down to his pit road speed, because he got to that cone in a hurry right there, and I'm not sure he made it. I'm really not. We're going to wait and see how long his pit stop takes, but wow. You know, and that could have been a catastrophic? Yes, that could have been catastrophic for anybody behind him if he'd have bounced off that pit wall and come back out on track.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
So right now, Gaccioni, our former leader, is about 2.5 seconds behind LaPinta, but he's closing that gap quickly. There's LaPinta right there in the 13 car. Just behind him in the screen there, you can see Austin Gaccioni in that 16 car. He's coming, and he's coming in a hurry.
Just got word here. Grant Peterson, too fast entering.
Yes, sir. I called it. I told you he was coming in hot. There's way too hot. So he's going to suffer that penalty. That's a 40-second penalty.
Yeah, on top of your 14-second pit stop, that's going to be an eternity just sitting there, just watching all your progress just slip away.
Yep. And, you know, he can't really do anything for caution. Oh, we got Barrick hold off track, big off track. Still off track. Where's he at? Oh, he's off in the grass, on the wall.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on that right front. Sorry, left front.
That left front, yeah. I wonder if that's such an interesting place to go off. I wonder if he
had help,
maybe? Possibly, or maybe he got the left side tires on the curb. If we could possibly get a replay of that.
Maybe he saw a brisket sandwich thing over there.
Maybe he saw bookies over in the grass there.
So I'm gonna back that up. He went hot. He just went in real hot, man.
He had company in his mirror, looking in the mirror, and just doesn't quite get there. Oh. And we'll see this in a different angle. Possibly might see something different. This will be a good angle.
This will be a great shot right here. Yeah. He just didn't make the turn, man. He didn't even hit the curb. So he was just, I think you're right. I think you're right, Brockton. I think he was looking too much in that mirror and not watching his entry on that turn right there. In the meantime, LaPinta and Green are both on pit road, which is going to hand our lead back to Austin Gaccioni, that 16 car. And he has got an over 10-second lead right now on the rest of the field, so he's back in cruise control mode. All he has to do, Brockton, is make sure he hits his entries, his exits, easy on, easy off, and he's good, man. He's golden.
Absolutely, he is flying. But we got to give a shout out to that 48 sitting in P2 right now, Matt Rucci. We were looking at him during practice and qualifying. He was having trouble.
Yes, he was.
Learned from that, and he's sitting in P2, and I'm knocking on all the wood around me. We're not cursing anybody here.
I was going to say, man, I hope we didn't just jinx the poor guy.
He's done a very good job. We got to give a little shout out to him, but I have knocked on every piece of wood around my bedroom, so we're good.
Joseph is giving a heck of a fight right now to Granat in that 81 car as they're side by side trying to go down to this turn. It's not going to work. Somebody's got to give way here a little bit.
I don't think Joseph is going to give way. He's going to send it in there side by side. He got there.
Slams the door on him, too.
You were looking for the kahunas?
There's the kahunas right there, man.
Holy
Give
cow.
that guy a pizza pie, huh?
What a send. Holy cow, the 11 coming in hot.
Maybe a little too hot. Is he going to make that corner? He's going to make the corner.
He's going to get that good high line run. There's a nice little bump there right at the end of that curb.
Yep.
When we see them, you'll see that rear suspension working real hard when they bounce over that.
You would think with independent rear suspension it wouldn't be quite so hard to catch these cars, but it's a handful.
Absolutely.
Once this thing starts to step out on you, it's just pretty much, well, what am I going to hit first? Back or front? Here's a good fight.
Oh, they're still going after it.
Yeah, they are still going after it. That's Joseph and Tyler Granat back there. Joseph in the 20, Granat in the 81.
It's blocking.
Granat's not going to just roll over. He doesn't care who you are or how good you are. He's not like he's going to give a spot. Look at the air that Joseph got hitting that hump right there.
Yeah, they might not roll over for each other, but they might roll themselves over if they keep hitting the
no doubt.
jumps like that. Holy cow.
You know, I can't help but wonder what kind of damage that's doing to the suspension on these cars. We know that these cars are notorious for taking damage when they hit a minimal bump, say going through the tri-oval, lose control, go down to the grass. You got like 10, 15 seconds of, optional damage done. I wonder what those humps do on these cars.
I'm not sure if iRacing has it modeled. I'm sure it's pushing that splitter up to space because that's just killing it every time they hit those big black and yellow turtles. But I'm sure they're getting some aero damage to that underbody and the diffuser possibly.
Yeah. What lap are we on right now?
I'm not 100% sure. I've been too busy watching these battles here. So we got another battle. The
reason I asked
and the 13 here
is over the last 2 laps on timing, Matt Rucci has cut the lead down by a second.
He has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Lap 19.
So he's got 17 laps, 16 laps or so. And he's definitely cut the time down. I don't know if maybe Gaccioni's taking it easy and Rucci's just hauling the mail as hard as he can or what, but he's definitely cut the time down.
Yeah, last time by he was about half a second quicker. He might be feeling comfortable with his car. He's also got 1 lap fresher tires, which doesn't sound like much, but at a track like this, 1 lap fresher tires could make the decision between first and second.
Well, it slowed down a little bit the time he was making up, but he's down to about 9, and now he's under 9 seconds. Now, when we finished with the green flag pit stops, he was 10.5 seconds behind Gaccioni. And now we're looking at about, off track. He's off track. So, he's back on track, so he's good. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, this is exciting. And I don't know if I want to do this or not because every time we do something happens, but we're going to, I'll tell you what, let's watch this. Let's watch this for a couple more laps. These guys right here. Kyle Green is all over the back door of whoever that is. I can't see from here. It looks like
it's the 92, the 13, and the 18 all in a train here.
Uphold LaPinta and Kyle Green. Okay. And so we're going to list. It looks to me like they're going to. It looks to me like LaPinta really wants to get by Uphold here. I mean, he was just all over his back door. And these 3 guys ran some pretty fast laps last time by, too.
Yeah, I think it's that kind of restrictor plate racing of I'm getting impatient, please move out of the way. And the guy in front of you is going, well, I'm saying the same thing to the guy in front of me. As we're on board with Mario LaPinta in that 13, he's got a nose inside of the 92. He's got some good pull. I don't know if he's going to get there.
Oh, and look at this. He's going to draft bump.
That's something you don't see every day, folks.
Not on a road course anyway. You'd never see the Europeans try something like that. Now they got to get this thing woed down this hard right-hand turn. Are they going to make it? Are they going to make it? Wow. What a move by Kyle Green.
Special.
What a move by Kyle Green there, Brockton. He literally did a slingshot move to pass up both of those guys going down the front stretch.
That's insane.
But look at that. He's out of shape. Oh, man. And he gives them both back up. Oh, man.
He's going to have to do that all over again.
Come on, Kyle. Buddy.
And that always happens, too. You always make a great move, and then it gets overshadowed by one little mistake. But look, the 92... smoked his tires into that corner. That's going to give the 13 of LaPinta a look to the outside, 2 by 1.
Oh my goodness. Now these 2 are still side by side down and get down here to the end of the stretch. It's going to be hard to get through this turn side by side. And look at Kyle Green send it in there. Send it in and make up 3 freaking car lengths at the process. Look at this, man. These guys are racing like it's the last lap right now.
You know what Green's looking at? The same exact move from a lap earlier.
He's trying to set it up, it looks like.
92, 30.
Oh, 48's way off track.
Like, oh, man.
Somebody needs to explain to Matt that he is not at Eldora.
No, that's the second time he's been out there, I think.
And he's gonna lose second spot. He's gonna drop back to 3rd. Those tires are very dirty now, so he's gonna have to give it time to clean those tires off.
Yeah, he's
But
gonna
let's-
have to lose a couple seconds. Oh,
Let's
here
go
we
back.
can.
Yes, here we go. That's what I want to do. I want to go back to these guys.
Come on, boys.
I think, that front stretch fools them. They think, oh, man, we've got a long way to go here. Then they got to go, oh, there's a turn right here. So LaPinta past Uphold. Kyle Green lurking back here behind Uphold, and Uphold's just like, oh, these guys already. Come on. Kyle Green down the inside making a hard left turn.
Oh,
And a
the
hard
switch.
right.
That's arguably even better. He got him clear too.
And makes the turn this time.
There you go.
Well, there you go, folks. Kyle Green, 1 lap ago, was where he is now and burned it through a turn and lost 2 spots. Stayed at it. Didn't lower his head down and mope and pout. He said, okay, no worries. Finds his rhythm, gets back up there. You know what? If we're going to make a highlight reel of this race, that right there, the last 3 laps between these 3 guys would have to be the #1 shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, going after each other side by side in places where you probably shouldn't be going side by side. It's settling down now, but that was a great move. A great display of patience by Green, and he came up with the 2 spots. That puts him inside the top 10. So he's just got to put his head back down and get going, try and walk away from the guys behind him.
Well, folks, we are going to take this opportunity now. This seems to have calmed down just a little bit. But we're going to take a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to finish this race off. Stay with it until the checkered flag, because I've got a feeling, Brockton, that we have not seen the last of the action.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ancia, your art never sounded so good.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, right? Our Ram trucks, truck of the year, amazing trucks. We have fun Jeeps, and then the exciting Dodge and Chrysler products. Lots of performance there, lots of excitement there. They've done a great job in really creating a full scope product line that could suit everybody's needs. Whether it's a family vehicle or a fun vehicle or a utility type vehicle or a big truck, we've got it all for our customers.
And we're back, and as we come back, we see somebody taking an off-track route there. Not real sure who that car was back there behind Kyle Green. That was Rucci again. Boy, I tell you what, Rucci is just not having any fun right now. Are we sure that was Rucci back
I
there?
don't think it was.
No, not behind. Yeah, I think it was Musati. But still, my point is, Rucci hasn't been having a good time either. He was running pretty good there. Was actually making time on Gaccione, but got an off-track incursion. Lost some time, then got another off-track excursion, excuse me, and lost second place to Logan Hamilton. Logan Hamilton, man. Now, this guy had a bad start to the race. I had pretty much written him out, but here he is now. He's in second. He's made up about 1 second of time, Brockton, since he took over that spot. but I really think that Gaccioni's got this thing locked up.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more than about 0.3 a second a lap to break down that 10-second lead. I think Austin just has to keep it clean, and he's probably saving a little bit. And if he can save and go 2 or 3 laps longer than some of these guys, or even a lap longer, that could be really good for him. But one guy who's had an awful day, but has clawed his way back inside the top 5, is the 2 of Jeremy Berger. He's back in the top 5, John.
Well, that's amazing. Now, we've got green flag pit stops going down. Brogdon and Joseph already made theirs. But for Berger to be back up inside top 5 after that start that he had, that's just absolutely impressive. And he's got to be breathing a sigh of relief. And that car still looks pretty badly beat up, which tells me he's had a couple more incidents since that first lap one. Now, at that first lap wreck, he had to use his fast repair. So he's got to be careful here, Brockton.
Oh, yeah.
He can't really afford to screw this car up too much more and risk losing that top 5 that he's got. So we've, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
He's got to just be smooth with this right here, not take any chances. He's still running faster than Colin Stone. So he's running pretty good, and he's in a good spot as Hamilton in pit road here trying to do the undercut.
Well, not really the undercut. We knew these guys were going to have to pit a third time. That was just a fact with the amount of fuel they're running. So this is about the time we thought it was going to have. Like I said, we already had 2 guys in there earlier. This will be the last stop. So these guys have to get in and get out without making too many mistakes. On a road course, I mean, you know, you don't want to make a really bad mistake, but you could actually afford to make up. Oh, another one smoking them in. We'll have to keep an eye on that one, make sure that these guys don't get back there behind him. These guys are coming in so hot right there. But you look right there, you're coming off the track at a spot where you're accelerating. So it's really hard to get out of that, okay, I got to put my foot down on the gas. Oh, no, wait, I'm pitting. I got to get my foot off the gas kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Logan Hamilton off pit road, 14.42 seconds. That is 4/10 faster than Austin's last pit stop. That could maybe make that gap just a little bit tighter. I'm not sure, though, as we're watching the leader, Austin Galconi. He's running a spectacular race so far, John.
He is. I mean, this is literally his race to lose. He's got a 14-second lead over Rucci right now. So all he has to do is make this last pit stop, make it count, get in, no penalties. Like, I mean, if I were him, I would shut the car off just to make sure I'm not speeding as I come through that last turn. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But no, all joking aside, that's really his only concern. We've seen him get around this track. We know he's smooth. I mean, he is one of the smoothest on track right now. So all he really has to do, Brockton, is just make sure he doesn't screw up his pit stop. That's it. Get the fuel he needs to finish this race and get back out.
Yeah, and he's running pretty good right now. He's slowed his pace down. He's dropped about a second off his best lap, which honestly, that's not terrible. And he's still 3/10 faster than Matt Rucci at the moment.
Yeah, and we're 10 to go. I mean, this, you know, this is definitely going to be the last pit stop because they can go 13 laps on fuel, and God forbid we have a green, white checker. I don't think it'll happen. You know,
Let's not even put that into the universe.
yeah, I can't believe I said that. Shame on me, but you know, everybody from here on out should be good to go with fuel. So really, it's just a matter of making sure that these guys get on pit road with no mistakes and try to, you know, capitalize on anybody else's mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Gaccioni, you know, it's like I said, it's his race to lose. He's out there in the catbird seat, and has he really got lap cars in front of him?
I believe so. I think these cars are on fresh tires.
Yeah, these guys just came out of pit road. You're right. Okay.
The 92 is the last car in the lead lap, so he should have that gap kind of open back up. Because we should see Austin coming in here in the next lap or so, I would say.
Well, his last pit stop was on lap 15, so he's definitely got to come in somewhere around lap 28. So anytime now in the next couple laps, we'll see him duck down pit road for that final pit stop.
And right now, honestly, we got
big hit!
49, watch out!
That was a huge hit too.
That's the leader right in front of the leader. Holy cow. I was just about to say, if I was the leader, I would come in now just to get away from the lap traffic, but that kind of forced his hand to stay out, as we're seeing a side-by-side battle between Joseph in the 20 car and Grant Peterson in the 52. These guys are super aggressive right now. Kind of outside the top 10, but still top 10 available. Oh, and he's gonna get it.
Yeah, buddy, he hit that curb a little too hard right there. Really upset the car on exit right there.
There might have been some contact.
Contact? Yeah.
Maybe a little bit, but that's why we got bumpers, right?
That's right. That's why they put them big old bumpers on there.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Gaccione still has a 14-second lead over Matt Rucci. Those guys are just going to hang out here as long as they can. Hamilton has already finished up his pit stop and finds himself 30 seconds behind the leader. So, depending on how easy Gaccione takes his pit stop, well, I don't know. Maybe Hamilton can make up that time. We'll see. Remains to be seen. We got 9 to... Oh, we got another one off track. That's Berger.
Oh, no.
There goes his top 5.
For now, he can still scrap this back. I believe in it.
Oh, you mean somebody else could still screw up?
Oh yeah, it's a road course. Anything
That's
can happen.
really what it boils down to. So right now, as we look at the top 10, Hamilton in 3rd has made his pit stop. Brogdon in 4th has made his. Stone, Berger, Thrower, Renat, Kyle Green have all made their pit stop. Mario Lapinta just came out of the pits. He's going to lose his place to Joseph. Joseph has also made his pit stop. So most of our racers, except for our leader, who is all on pit road, I take that back. As we speak, he's ducking on pit road. Matt Rucci has not pitted yet. Matt's back there in 2nd. So he's going to have to come in pit road pretty soon. He is on pit road now. So that's it. Pretty much the entire leaderboard is pitted. I think Grant Peterson is the last one on the lead lap that needs a pit. So we'll be looking for him to come in pretty soon.
And John, Jeremy Berger, he spun out on fresh tires. He's been struggling all night with that. Those cold tires on a hot, slick track has just been his kryptonite so far.
It really, really has. So we saw Gaccione coming off pit road there. That's going to put Hamilton up to 2nd as he passes up Rucci. And we're going to wait for scoring to update me. But it doesn't look like Gaccione is going to lose any time at all to 2nd place of Hamilton. Oh, I take that back. Holy smokes. Hamilton is now within a 2nd of Gaccione.
Yeah, but that pit stop was very good by Gaccione, a 14-second flat. But he's pushing it hard.
Dude, I'm telling you, Logan made up 10 seconds.
Absolutely.
Somehow. So I'm thinking Gaccione must have really taken it easy on that pit stop, you know?
Or I think Logan has been the fastest on fresh tires all night. So he's had, what, 3 laps? 3 laps of fresh tires. So
you know, what this is Logan Hamilton saying, oh, okay, so you guys just want to give the race to a guy that hasn't had any competition so far. Well, I'll see about that. Because, I mean, look at this, man. He's there. He's got 8 laps to make up the time that he's got. And it's going to be easy to do. As long as he just keeps doing what he's doing, being smooth in, smooth out, he is right there now. We have a fight for the lead. What is going on? I think Gaccione just gave him the lead.
Well, Gaccione's tires are still cold, so he's not going to have the grip that
Hamilton's laps is 3 laps older. You're right. So he might be waiting for his temp to come up just a little bit. But look at this fight going down in that first turn right there.
Yeah, but now Hamilton's got front end damage as well.
That's only going to matter on those long stretches, those long straightaways. As we come around to the start-finish line now. A little bit of blocking, maybe? A little bit of drafting?
Definitely a heavy defensive line. Sitting right in the middle of the track. Oh,
oh yeah, going to throw a block. Yep. That's a bad call. That's a bad call in Hamilton. I got to disagree with that. You don't want to be doing that with 7 laps to go. 7 long laps to go. You know what I'm saying? You risk getting wrecked with still 7 laps to go. On the last lap, hell yeah, I blocked all the way down these stretches. But man, you got to think big picture.
These are 2 road course guys that know what they're doing as we ride along with Austin, hometown of Rhode Island. Just watching that bumper get smaller and bigger. The ebbs and flow of a road course.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it really shows where you're strong and where the other guy is strong at.
Yeah, and this is something new for Austin. He hasn't really been behind anybody that has challenged him all night, so he's kind of learning.
Literally.
Yeah, he's learning where he might not be as strong. So this could be actually a good play by Austin, because if
He's
his
got
tires,
damage. Look at that
Yeah,
left rear corner.
that came from the 12 when they kind of came together.
I didn't realize the contact was that heavy.
Yeah, that's where that front end damage of the 12 came, and that left rear damage for the 16.
That's interesting. I was looking at timing, so I didn't quite see the contact as you did, which makes sense. That's if I'd have been Gaccione, I'd have been trying to get the car under control too and just let him go by like he did. I thought maybe he'd just give him the lead. I didn't realize the contact was that heavy.
Yeah, they were beating and banging through that switchback section as we're coming to 6 to go here. The closest battle we've had for the lead all night. And they're still blocking down the front straightaway.
Oh, this isn't going to be over. Oh, he's got the run on the outside. Brockton, look at this move by Gaccione on the outside.
And you know what this is, John? This is Gaccione's tires heating back up. Hamilton's tires are starting to wear out.
Oh, buddy. We got a great fight for the lead right here with 6 to go. He blows the turn. He's going to have to give up time now. But he stays off those monster curbs right there. Where'd the other car go?
Oh,
Hamilton was off course too. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Are you kidding me?
That could have been the biggest mistake of the race.
I got to see the replay. Please, Mason, tell me you've got a replay of that.
We're going to look at this.
So he lights him up right there. And, he misses the turn, but he hits the curb and spins it. Holy smokes. Have you ever?
No, I've never.
My goodness. Well, I mean,
that's just...
you have to stop. Well, not stop, but you have to give that time back through scoring. The little message will pop up when you go off track that bad, and he'll be like, hey, you cut the corner, and they say you got to slow down. So it counts it down. I really thought Gaccione was going to lose the lead at that point. I had no idea Hamilton had spun himself out.
Yeah, and I bet Hamilton's kicking himself now because that lead's open back up to about 4 seconds.
Yeah, but
and
he's still got 5 laps.
Down.
I don't know. He was really good. I mean, he made up a lot of time there, and he's got 5 laps to go.
We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Berger. Oh, hard contact. Gosh.
Oh, just tough luck.
And that car is crab walking now. He's got major damage in that car.
That's definitely going to call that 2 car in. He'll be done for the night, unfortunately. That he had scrapped his way all the way back up. Yeah, he's got
he can't turn the car.
Major suspension issues.
Right now, I'll be on the radio letting these guys behind me. Please don't run me over, guys. I'm hurt. I'm wounded. And he stays out.
I mean, I've heard, I don't know if L-TAC does this, but I've heard of leagues clearing meatball flags if the car is drivable, but I don't think that car is very drivable.
Well, we're going to find out here in about 250 yards. He made the turn?
Yeah, he made the turn. I mean,
Hey, if you reposition your steering wheel just right, I've seen a guy do that. He had one of those MPI detachable quick release from the steering wheels, and he hit a wall pretty hard, so he had to hold it at like a 45-degree angle to keep it straight. So when he got a chance, he pulled over, detached the wheel, put it back on, and drove it like that. I'm like, oh my God, dude, no.
And we're in confirmation that no meatball flag was awarded to the 2 cars, so that's really lucky. But I'm just not
But we can see it with our own eyes. He's having a very hard time keeping that car on track, man.
Absolutely. That was a head-on impact, a head-on to right side impact. That was pretty heavy.
Well, anytime you're missing body parts off a car, it's pretty serious contact.
You shouldn't be having a missing body panel.
Right now, that poor shop guy, they sent him somewhere out there in turn 11 or or whatever turn that was. Look for that hood. Hey man, go get our hood. Bring it back.
Yeah,
we can't afford to lose these things.
Those parts are in short supply. We need that back.
Hey, speaking of parts, buddy, I'm still waiting on a hood from your team.
Oh boy.
I'm just throwing that out there, you know.
That's not my department.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been watching timing, and Logan has not made up a whole lot of time on the 16 car of Gaccione. Still about...
Bless you.
So sorry. Still about 3.5 seconds behind the leader of Austin Gaccione, so I think you're right. That was probably, probably his last chance there, and he probably smoked those tires pretty good. It's unfortunate. That was a great race to watch between those two.
Yeah, that was really good, and there's still
got one with the 11 car here. Yeah, Kyle
I was
Green.
gonna say there's still a couple battles around the track here as we're watching Kyle Green in the 11 going after it.
And up ahead of them, Berger's got his hands full with a bit race car, and now he's got the 81 car back there all over his back door. Tyler Granat. Granat, we've talked about him a couple times. Like, off track again. And Granat's going,
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That was pure sportsmanship right there, folks. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Granat could have either drove through Berger or backed off and let him get straightened up. Because where that happened at right there, you saw that, Brockton. There wasn't a whole lot of space to go around him, because they were going right straight into another turn. That was sportsmanship right there. That's what I love about these guys at L-TAC. As much as they race hard with each other and beat and bang with each other, they're still very sportsman about it. They're very, they'll cut each other slack when they need to.
Absolutely. These guys are class acts, and they're fast too. I mean, look at this number 2 car. It's absolutely destroyed, wiggling under braking, crab walking, doing all kinds of things a race car should never do, and he's still running decent lap times.
Hey, my hat's off to him.
Is he carrying one of our onboard cameras? I want to see how far off his steering wheel is, because there's no way this thing is straight.
I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
as we say, it's up and down, so it's off.
These things are made out of... That's unbelievable.
No, he should. Wow, I'm so amazed. Look at that.
I mean, he's fighting the heck out of that thing. That 90-degree turning angle. Oh, now 90 degrees. Holy cow.
Look, I'll tell you what. What's that not hard charger, but the hard luck award of the race goes to Berger tonight, man. Look, come on, buddy, save it. And once again, Granat cuts him some slack. Doesn't run him over or try to pass him up.
Too.
You know what I think? I think Granat's just back there laughing his butt off right now.
He's just
like, dude, you saved that again? Come on.
That's incredible.
Seriously though, all joking aside, Berger, if you ever watch this replay, buddy, my hat is off to you. You have done a stellar job with a crippled race car these last 3 laps. After your horrible start of the race, man, my hat's off, dude. You're the cojones holder of the race. That's what we'll call you.
I like that. That's the award.
I should make a logo for that. What do you think, Mason? I just got to figure out what we're gonna use for cojones.
Oh boy.
A couple little beans.
Oh boy.
God, I hope Jeff doesn't watch this replay. Anyway. Yeah, he's probably watching it live. Great, I'll get that little phone call here pretty soon. But anyway, what a race. 2 to go, folks. We are in the last 2 laps of this race, and Austin Gaccione is out to a 6.32 second lead. And I am still seeing the little red off-track symbols on a few guys. Dave Brooker is really off track. I'm not sure where he's at, but he's back on track now. He's finally back. Oh, wow.
That's not a great place to be off track. That's he probably got on that curb.
Yeah, he's back on though, so he'll go ahead and get that sorted out. But Berger finally Granat finally gets by Berger, right? Oh, smokes those tires.
I don't want to be there.
Watch out. Berger's not giving that spot up. He's back charging on the outside now, but he is going to wind up losing that spot. He's got to catch that car again. In the meantime, they've got 2 guys that have caught him, Brogdon and Joseph, in their rearview mirrors now. So he's got to figure out, is he going to be able to keep these two guys off of him with such a monstrously messed up car, Brockton? I mean, this thing, you've said it, it's making movements on track that a car is not supposed to make.
Yeah, remember how we were talking about sportsmanship? There's two different drivers. There's a driver that's had crap all race and a driver who's just kind of gone with it. We saw those two drivers go head to head, and we're seeing it now.
He's going to send it hard. And so is the 11 car. Ooh. Oh. That was
oh man.
I'm going to refrain from saying what I want to say, but that looked a lot like the move we saw at Coda last weekend by a couple of drivers, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know that saying that nice guys finish second?
Yeah, finished last. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Well, here we are on the final lap. Gaccioni's still out there in that 7.5 second lead now. We've had a lot of hard battles for other spots back here in the field, though, Brockton. We saw that one right there resulting in the Granat getting spun. Now we got the 43 car up here, and that's going to be Stone in the 43 duking it out with Hunter Thrower.
Yeah, and there's a lap car in between them. I don't know who that is. Is that a lap car? Or is that?
Yeah, that's a lap car. I can't see who it is. Is that Hunter Thrower?
The 30. That's the 44. There's Shane Deal.
44. Okay, yeah, that's Sean Deal.
Or Sean Deal. Excuse me. Sorry, Sean.
Sean is one lap down right now. Not real sure what happened there. Muzzatti is now a lap down. He's off track. So here we go, coming through the last turn right here. Here is Gaccioni. Going to come by the start-finish line, wrap this thing up, take his win. Is he shaking it because he's running out of gas? What's going on
No,
here?
he's excited.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did he miscalculate? I've done that, dude. That's not even funny when that happens.
We've all been there.
Gaccioni with the win. Hamilton second, and it looks like Rucci's going to bring this thing home in third somewhere back there. Oh, look.
Here
What
he
is he
comes.
stopping? He's stopping on the. Well, why did Hamilton stop on the finish line like that? Did you see that?
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Rucci brings it home third. Great drive by him.
And we're coming. Well, there's a lot of guys still way back there, so it's going to take some time to sort out our top 10 as we watch these guys still duking out for positions back here. So it looks like Stone's going to be fourth. Hunter Thrower fifth. Berger is going to limp that crippled, beat up, banged up number 2 Chevy Camaro home to a 6th place finish. It looks like.
Boy.
Joseph's going to be right behind him in 7th.
Oh, he's going.
Oh, wait. He's going to make the move here. Wow. Did he get it?
I think we might have been baited. I don't think that's the finish line. It's that white line right there.
Oh, okay. Wow. That ain't cool, dude.
Yeah,
Why do they want to play with my emotions like that? Well, let's give them a top 10 rundown real quick. We'll give them a top 10, then we'll take a break, and we'll come back and do some interviews. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so your winner, Austin Gaccioni in that number 16 car. We called it. That's the AJ Allmendinger ringer. Logan Hamilton second, Matt Rucci third, Colin Stone fourth, fifth was Hunter Thrower, sixth we have Jeremy Berger, wow, Joseph seventh, Jeff Brogdon in the 11 car eighth, Kyle Green the 18 car ninth. Rounding out your top 10 was Tyler Granat. Who we got for the rest of the field there, Brogdon?
Coming home just shy of a top 10 finish is the 13 of Mario Lapinta. The 92 of Bradrick Uphold brings that 92 machine home in 12th. 13th is going to be the 52 of Grant Peterson. 14th is going to be the 3 car of Nate Brooker. Our pick coming home 15th is going to be the 44 of Sean Deal. 16th in the 49 is going to be Anthony Massotti. 17th, Robert Pattengale. Sorry, that one's gonna mess with me for a while. In the 33, 18th is gonna be Frank Flores, the 3rd in the 23, and 19th is gonna be the 57 of Stefan Purcell. Couple guys that were out early. The 09 of Justin Wilson, Ryan Dingler in the 8, and Connor LaFrance did not start this evening.
And there you have it, folks. That was your full field rundown at the final lap of this race. We had a great race tonight. Very exciting. It was a lot more exciting than I thought it was going to be. And as we see, I don't know what Gacciotti's trying to do. They're trying to kill his car, it looks like. Not quite succeeded yet, man. That thing must be made out of kryptonite or something. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to interview our top 3 finishers and have some final thoughts on the, I love the title of this race. The Monza is the new Roval 125 here at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza GP in Italy. Folks, thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back with the interviews and post-race show. Stay tuned.
There are moments that surprise and delight the mind and the senses. Introducing Sound Art, the world's first truly customizable, concealed, flat panel art speaker system. A revolutionary combination of incredible sound delivered from your most meaningful pictures. When art and technology intersect, there is a seamless blend of creativity and function.
Come alive in the streetlight, pulling at the stars in the moonlight. Every time I feel you close.
With Sound Art, anyone can print their own artwork or pick from numerous licensed artwork that we have. The possibilities are limitless. Enjoy beautiful and amazing sound throughout your home. The entire surface of your artwork generates incredibly robust sound. Sound Art is elegantly hidden behind a high-grade, textured canvas wrap, bringing together the best of sound and art. This innovative design allows for a truly invisible, high-fidelity sound experience without bulky speakers. For licensors and other businesses, we are capable of producing thousands of units per day.
We're using the highest quality materials to give you the best product available in the market. Everywhere you look, there's always art. What I like so much about Sound Art, that you could just pair it and play.
Ansia, your art never sounded so good.
And welcome back to LSRTV's production of the Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Cup Series for the L-TAC guys. At the Monza is the new Roval 125. We've wrapped this thing up. And folks, if you enjoyed watching what you saw tonight with the L-TAC series, they are looking for some Wednesday night truck drivers. Sessions are at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on a weekly basis. They run a 25-week schedule that will run alongside the Cup Series. Perform well in the trucks, and you could get invited to the race on Friday Night Cup Series. To sign up, go to the L-TAC Racing League Truck Series page on iRacing or stalk Nolan J. Rimple on Facebook or iRacing. He's a good guy. You'll like him. So, hey, man, Brockton, we had a race tonight, buddy.
Holy cow, we did. And, you know, I've always been skeptical with road course races. It gets spread out, kind of gets boring. But, man, we saw everything. We saw action. We saw bumps. We saw banging, 2 wide spins. We saw everything, John.
We did, and we saw a first-time winner. And only his 3rd start with the series, that being Austin Gaccioni. But before we get to him, we've got Matt Rucci, our 3rd place driver. Matt, buddy, you had a hell of an evening, my dear boy.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this race, it was the most stressful pre-race I think I've ever had before a race. My iRacing was struggling to load.
Oh boy.
I got about 0 laps of practice, so qualifying was basically my practice, and I wasn't even able to put a lap down. So, you know, it was really eventful, but you know, I figured it out. Luckily, we had a warm up before the race. I was able to put a lap down, so I was lucky for that. So, you know, a 3rd place is, you know, a win in my books. You know, coming in this, I think I would get like 15th or something. So, 3rd, I'll take.
Well, Matt, you had a heck of a race, like John had said. You went plus 11 positions on the night. That's the Hard Charger Award by far. Kind of talk us through and talk the audience through what things you had to learn, and did you have to unlearn anything coming from a Gen 6?
Yeah, this you know, everything about this car compared to the Gen 6 is different. The steering, the braking, how you shift. You know, even the track. You know, it's a track I've never raced on before, especially in a cup car. You know, this is definitely a crazy track. So, going through the field was tough. A lot of people are making mistakes. So, limiting the mistakes were the key, and it paid off at the end.
Well, Matt, excuse me, Matt, you had a really good run tonight, man. I mean, you gotta be happy with third place finish at Monza. As a guy who's done laps at Monza, not in real life, thank God, but in the iRacing service, I can tell you, finishing third is a great feat. Who do you want to thank for your run tonight, buddy?
Yep. Like always, my team, Badger Racing, they helped me out so much before these races and stuff. So shout out to them.
Well, there you have it, folks. Here's your third place runner, Matt Rucci. After a very eventful night, you heard it straight from straight from the horse's mouth. Had some issues getting into the server tonight, which doesn't make you feel good come to a place like Monza, not be able to get some practice in, but he was able to get a warm-up lap and finished third in tonight's race, albeit with a bit of a banged-up car. Thanks for your time, Matt. Moving along now, we've got the second place driver. Now, it says Haley Deegan in Discord, but I'm going to be disappointed because it's going to sound like a guy, ain't it?
Yeah, probably.
Logan, man, what a race, buddy. Now, look, when you go back and watch the replay, please understand I'm an idiot, okay? And when I see a guy get spun early in a race, take a lot of damage, I usually write him off, pal. So imagine my shock when I look up and see you not only running in second after your start of the race, but, buddy, you were making up some great time on the leader, and you caught him for a hell of a fight for a few laps there. Talk to me about your second place run.
Yeah, it was, I guess it was a good run, I guess. I mean, look at the positives, but I feel like I kind of got the lead stolen away from me at the beginning because there was a designated restart zone and people went before that and they got to keep their spot, and that kind of screwed me and I got put back. But yes, gotta look at the bright side. I think if I wouldn't have ran into the back of him in a Scary with like 7 to go and got that front end damage, I probably could have had a shot at him. But it is what it is, I guess.
Logan, apart from that little bit of damage up on the nose of that race car looked mean and pristine for most of the race. Talk about how you basically went from wreckers to almost checkers.
I mean, I enjoy road courses. I put in a lot of practice this week, hoping that I could have a shot at winning, and so I guess I just had to use that to navigate the other drivers, and then just try and make good strategy calls to maybe have a shot at it. I didn't think I'd even be that close to getting Austin at the end. He drove a really good race, so props to him. But I guess looking back at it, I was 20 seconds behind the lead at one point, and I ended up finishing, I guess it was 8 seconds behind, but I was in front of him for 2 laps.
Yeah, it was a heartbreaker for you, look. I'm not gonna lie, man. We watched, from the outside looking in. Like I said, I wrote you off at the early part of the race, buddy. No offense. I mean, just usually on road courses, when you have that kind of luck in the first, 5 laps of a race, the rest of your race is just gonna go to hell. But my hat's off to you. You fought hard. You fought back, and like you said, you led the race for a couple laps there. Good luck next week. Do you have anybody you want to thank for tonight's race, man?
Yeah, I just thank Tucson Sound Art. They're sponsor of mine, and they've been with me since 2020, so just props to them. Robert, I think my teammates Colin, Jeremy, Mario, Kyle, and Steven, and thank y'all for putting on a good show tonight, and I guess I'll see you next week.
Well, heads up, man. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, so great race tonight. There you have it, folks. Second place runner Logan Haley Deegan Hamilton here at the Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Cup Series. Monza is the next Roval 125. Had a rough night, but he got himself a good second place finish out of it. So next up, we have our leader, a guy who didn't face a whole lot of competition all night long until the 12 car of Logan Hamilton caught him there in the last 5 laps. Austin Gaccione, John up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yes, sir.
What a hell of a race, bud. I mean, let's just say you kind of stunk up the show a little bit there. But what went through your mind after that last green flag pit stop when you looked up in your mirror and holy crap, The 12 car has caught you.
Well, first I just want to give a shout out to him and Ryan and whoever was involved in that first lap incident. And then second of all, on your point, I knew he was fast, so when I kept looking at my relative before the stop, I didn't know his strategy, and I basically was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do my pit stop, do what I was supposed to do, and if he catches up to me, have one hell of a battle. And I mean, I guess we had one hell of a battle. I don't know what happened to him because I missed the chicane, but I take it he spun out. But I mean, it was really fun, hard racing. I gotta give him props. I gotta give props to everybody. It was fun, and yeah.
Yeah, Austin, you had a heck of a race like John had stated earlier. Kind of talk to us about how you figured out this track so quick and just could click off lap times. You were clicking off lap times in the low 143s. Talk us about kind of your rhythm and your flow through these road courses.
Well, road course racing, I'm not that good at, especially in this next-gen car. But this Monza, I absolutely love this track. I have so much experience here in GT cars and F1. This is one of my favorite tracks. So when I came here, I don't know, it was just like coming back to like home. And so I just had to get used to the brakes in the next-gen cars because they're so easy to overheat and get cold. I think it was just a mix of like being familiar with the track that had my speed, but also, I mean, these cars and this setup with this track, it just it went really well together. It was actually one of the best road course races I had with the Cup car in general.
Well, Austin, let me be the first from LSRTV to congratulate you on your first win in just your third start here at the L-TAC series, man. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does feel good. I did not think this season at all that I would be winning because this league's full of fast drivers and they're really clean and fun to race around. And it feels good to win. It's been a while.
Well, my friend, great race tonight. Do you have anybody you want to thank for your win?
I want to thank Nolan for putting on this league. I mean, he does a hell of a job. I want to thank you guys for streaming. You do a hell of a job. You do absolutely amazing. And I want to give a shout out to my teammate Tigernaut and Connor LaFrance, which he was couldn't make it. But yeah, that's all.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is the winner of tonight's race, Austin Gaccioni. Am I saying your last name right?
Yeah, I mean, that's good enough.
Okay. Well, Austin he got his first win in 3 races. Man, that says a lot because these guys at L-TAC are no joke. Now, I know week in, week out, we do have a lot of fun at these broadcasts. Let's be real for a minute. Brockton, you can back me up on this. These guys know how to drive these cars, man. Hats off to them. These are some of the best drivers I've seen in this new next gen. It took them a while to get their heads wrapped around just like everybody else, but once they have done that, they have put on some fantastic racing. And for Austin to come in 3 races, and especially at a place like Monza, and get a win, that's phenomenal, man.
Absolutely. These next-gen cars are so different. There's so many things that these guys have to learn in such a short amount of time. And Austin, hats off to you, man. You've adapted and you cleaned up today, so congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's your winner, Austin Gaccioni in the 16 car. Now, here's the fun part, Brockton. They go from Italy this week to Japan next week. That's Wind Ring Oval. Oh my goodness, Motegi. Do we know if they're doing the actual oval or are they doing there's a road course there too, isn't there? Okay, they are doing the oval. I got clear. A confirmation from Mason on that, but still, Motegi, man, that's that track. It's kind of like Gateway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's an interesting track, and we haven't really seen Cup cars around it ever. They did some special Busch events there in the early 90s.
No, they did a Cup race there.
They did do a Cup race.
Yeah,
there.
one or two Cup races there. I just remember because Dale Sr. and Dale Jr. both drove Coca-Cola vehicles. One was red, one was black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a while back, though. But, I mean, that was in the 90s, bro. These next-gen cars haven't touched this track yet. I don't know of anybody in my ring of iRacers that has driven the next gen car on Twin Ring. But we're going to see it next week here at the L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Series. So that's going to wrap it up for tonight, folks. There goes my voice. So, yeah, it's definitely time to wrap it up. We saw a great race tonight, Brockton. We saw some beating and banging like you would have seen on a short track. We saw a bump draft slingshot pass like you would see at a super speedway. I don't think anybody's going to be able to go away from this and say they were disappointed.
Well, there may be a couple guys in the field, but I know us in the booth, we had a hell of a show go for us, and I can't be disappointed at that. I truly enjoyed being up here in the booth with you tonight, John, and calling this race. It has been a heck of a night, and I can't wait to either watch it on YouTube at LSRTV next week at Twin Ring, or I might be back up in the booth. We'll see, but I had a heck of a night.
Yeah, once again, I don't know if I said it yet or if anybody has, but thank you so much for stepping up tonight for Zach. My buddy Zach, you know, I said it at the top of the show, everybody here at LSRTV, we're spread out over the country, but we've all been hit by storms this week. And it wasn't a storm that got Zach tonight. It was somebody knocking down one of his telephone poles. But, you know, hey, thanks for stepping up and taking over for us. We really appreciate it. And I had a blast talking to you in the booth. And what's great about having you up here, Brockton, is your point of view. You actually work on these cars in real life. So it's nice to tap into that knowledge when you're here, man. So please don't be a stranger.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you guys would like me to up here, just holler at me. I'll be up here.
Well, there you have, folks. For myself, Brockton Packard, down in our production trailer, bringing you the outstanding shots we had tonight. It was Mason Heimball once again doing a fantastic job of production for us. My name's John T. Mushroom Jr. for LSRTV. We're going to sign off tonight here at Monza, and we'll see you next week at Twin Ring Roval for the L-TAC Tucson Sound Art Next Gen Cup Series. Y'all have